There is an old belief along the Silk Road that no lesson is ever wasted, not one word, not 1 hour spent listening when you'd rather have been left alone. Long ago, there lived a hunter who fed his wife and son by whatever the land would give him, partridges and doves in the desert, fish from the sea when the birds were scarce. One morning, he found a quiet hollow beside a hill and scattered a handful of wheat and rice on the ground. Then he sat back with his net and waited. Slowly, doves gathered to the bait. 3 had crept close enough to fall into his snare, 3 days' bread if he was patient just a little longer, and then, from behind him, shouting. 2 young students, deep in argument, marching straight toward his trap without a glance at the ground beneath them. The hunter ran to them, begging for silence.
Friends, for God's sake, lower your voices. My birds are close to the trap. One shout, and they scatter.
We're not bothering anyone. This is open desert. We're free to argue as loud as we like.
There's no sleeping child here to wake. No sick man in his bed to disturb.
But I have a net laid out, and I need these birds to feed my family. Your noise is frightening them off. If you just stay quiet a moment, they might still fall into the trap.
And if we do stay quiet, will you give us 2 of the pigeons for our trouble?
Sirs, I'm a working man with mouths to feed. I've waited since sunrise, and only now have 3 birds come close. Give 2 away, and 1 bird won't buy bread for anyone.
You do this every day. We haven't tasted pigeon meat in longer than we'd like to admit. And meat is rare at our school. Today, we'll eat well, and treat our classmates besides.
No matter how the hunter argued, the students wouldn't budge.
Either agree to 2 pigeons for our silence, or we go on as we please. And if your birds fly off, that's no concern of ours. You have no right to silence scholars at their studies.
The hunter thought for a moment. Then he made an offer of his own. The students agreed at once, delighted, and fell silent. And as it happened, all 3 doves stepped into the snare. The hunter kept his word. 2 doves for them, 1 for himself.
Now, you're part of the bargain. Teach me what you were debating.
It's a shame you can't read. You likely won't even follow it. And truthfully, a man spends years in study before one useful idea sticks. Even if you learned a single word today, it wouldn't make you a scholar. It won't put bread on your table.
Maybe I can't read, but I know this much. No one learns everything in a single day. Knowledge comes slowly, word by word. And every word a man learns, every lesson he takes in, finds its use somewhere in his life sooner or later.
Well said. Spoken like a man with more sense than his trade suggests. All right then, listen closely. What we were arguing about was the word kunta.
Kuntha, meaning a person who is neither fully male nor female. The 2 students had been debating how such a person would inherit property under religious law. That was the very argument the hunter had interrupted.
For that one word alone, I don't regret giving up 2 doves.
The next day, the hunter went to the sea instead, casting his net and settling in to wait. Noon came, not a single fish, just as he was ready to give up and go home empty-handed. Something extraordinary struck the net. A fish unlike any he had caught in his whole life. Brilliant, strange, clearly fit for no ordinary table.
This is no meal for me. This belongs at the palace.
He carried the fish in a clean vessel straight to the king's palace. As luck would have it, the king and his ministers were touring a brand new courtyard pool that very day. Its water freshly stocked with fine fish. A small jeweled boat drifting on the surface for decoration. When the hunter's fish was released among the others, it outshone every one of them.
Give this man 1,000 gold coins,
said the king. One of the king's ministers, a man who watched the treasury like a hawk, was startled by such a generous reward.
Your Majesty, 100 coins would have made this man overjoyed. 1,000 for 1 fish is far too much. The sea is full of fish, and fishermen are many. Generosity is admirable, but overspending drains the treasury, and it teaches everyone to expect the same.
The offer is already made. It wouldn't be right. to break my word in front of everyone here.
Then let me propose a trick, Your Majesty. Ask whether the fish is male or female. Whichever he answers, we say, then bring us the other, the mate. Since no fish like this exists to be found, he'll fail the task and be too embarrassed to insist. Then we quietly give him 100 coins instead of 1,000, and he'll leave satisfied regardless.
The king fell silent, then turned to the hunter.
Tell me, fisherman, is this fish male or female?
The hunter, a sharp man who'd noticed the whispering between king and minister, sensed a trap folding around him. He had no idea how to answer. And then, from nowhere, yesterday's lesson surfaced in his mind.
Your Majesty, this fish is neither male nor female. It is Kuntha.
The whole court broke into laughter at the answer. The king, charmed by such a clever reply from a common fisherman, turned to his treasurer.
I like this man. Let's give him 2,000 coins instead.
The hunter went home rich and glad, turning the day's events over in his mind.
They were right, after all. Whatever you learn, in whatever moment, finds its use eventually. Even if it's only one lesson, even if it's only one word.
A word he never asked for, traded for 2 birds he could barely spare, and it bought him a fortune he never could have earned on his own. Not every lesson pays off the next day, but none of them are wasted. If you had any similar experience like the hunter, please share it in the comments. Thank you for listening.